We are going to try example number 2 on our sine, cosine, and tangent ratio day 2 practice. So I notice that I have a right angle triangle. In order to use the sine, cos, and tan ratios, it needs to be a right angle triangle. I also notice that I have a side and an angle that I know. If I had two sides that I knew, I could use Pythagorean theorem, but because I don't have two sides that I know, I cannot. So I'm going to label my sides and see whether we're going to use sine, cosine, or tangent. So the first thing you want to do is find your right angle, follow it across, and label your hypotenuse. It's always the longest side in your triangle. Then you want to look at the angle in the question that you were given. In this case, it's 25 degrees. I am going to follow that across, and then that's going to become my opposite side because it is opposite the angle that we know. And then my third side is the adjacent. Adjacent means beside. It is beside the angle of 25 degrees. So I'm going to look at the three sides that I've labeled and see, is there one that doesn't have any information? So my opposite is 100. My adjacent, I don't know, but it is labeled as x, so there's at least something there. The one side I don't know anything about is the hypotenuse. So I'm going to cross out the hypotenuse, and then we're going to look for the ratio that uses O and A. So I like to use the word SOHCAHTOA to help me out. We are looking for something with an O and an A. So the O and the A would be tan. So tan is opposite over adjacent. So I'm going to write the tan of A is opposite over adjacent. So tan of A is my angle, so 25 degrees, is opposite 100 divided by the adjacent, which is x. So from here, I want to start by cross multiplying. This tan of 25 is secretly over 1, so I'm going to cross multiply. X times tan of 25 equals, and then 1 times 100 is 100. Now this is like our last example that we just did. You'll notice that the variable is not by itself. So there has to be an extra step where I move the tan 25 to the other side by dividing both sides by tan of 25. Last time I wrote it, and I'll do it the same way. So I'm going to get that x equals 100 divided by tan of 25. Okay, so I'm going to use my calculator. First thing you want to make sure is that it's in degrees. And then on my calculator, I'm going to do 100 divided by, and then when I press tan, the word tan does not show up. So I have to do the angle first and then press tan. If when you press tan, tan shows up, you just do 100 divided by tan 25. So I'm going to do 100 divided by 25 tan. And then you want to make sure you hit equals. And I get 214.45. The next number is a 0, so that's going to say 214.45. And that should be centimeters. And that's my final answer for x. X is 214.45 centimeters. You can join me in the next video to do the last example.